I was in a particularly fragile state. You see, my mother had just recently passed away from breast cancer. All I could think of was my mom. So to me, it was an annoyance. I have work to do, I have things to do, I've had places to go, and I just can't deal with this. I walked into the cancer center, and there was a beautiful woman with a sweet smile behind the counter, and she welcomed me, and I just kind of fell apart, and before I knew it, she was around the counter with her arms around me, holding me and supporting me and giving me love.
A primary concern was remaining engaged in my life. I drove myself to radiation every day. These small things took on huge importance to me to feel that I was still part of the world. I'm a pragmatist. It was more a reaction of, how do I deal with this? I'm not a particularly religious person. I think another thing I learned is how personal everybody's journey is. We all do this differently.
For myself, I looked at the Cancer Center as being a place of love, and in saying that, at the center, love comes in so many different ways.
Something I realize about Hearst Cancer Resource Center, for me, is the emphasis on resource, that they're there for everybody.
I mean, anything I could get into, I went into. One of my favorites is the moving meditation of the Tai Chi class. And as we slowly inhale and exhale and move in systematic movements, you could feel the chi in the class. It's there, that energy, the movement of energy that's so healing through that moving meditation.
Well, what I wanted was information. I wanted to know about the cancer. I wanted to know what they had to offer.
There's a nutritionist there that can sit with you and talk to you about your diet and things that you need to incorporate into your life. If you need help with other medical issues that you might have, there's always the nurse navigator and other people who have their specialties in health that can sit and talk. There's support groups, a lot of support groups. Whatever type of cancer that you're going through, there's a group that you can meet with to talk with and share in your experience and gain support that way.
I agreed to go ahead and work with the caregiver support group, and they couldn't drag me away from that work at this point. It is so deeply meaningful to me to have the opportunity to see how others provide support to people they deeply, deeply care about.
So I decided what I wanted to do was move my art studio out of my house and invite cancer survivors and caregivers and people who have gone through trauma, the experience of creating and feeling the healing that comes through creative expression. You keep working, you keep with it, and in the end, something beautiful blossoms, just like the healing process.
I can't imagine that there's a person viewing this right now who has not been touched by cancer. We don't have a choice but to continue to support things like the Hearst Cancer Resource Center, knowing what it provides to people.
Your donations are not supporting a center that has resource. You're supporting love. And that's what we find that builds our community and that heals us. And for me, that's what's in that center. It's love.
I started the Hearst Cancer Resource Center several years ago with Steve Hearst after going through cancer myself, and we could not be more proud of our accomplishment here. Cancer is a very vulnerable thing, and cancer does not discriminate between gender, age, or ethnicity. We are so close to funding our endowment for the Hearst Cancer Resource Center. Once this goal is obtained, the Hearst Cancer Resource Center will be a free, self-sustaining asset to all members in our community. So please help us come together and reach this goal. Thank you.